welcome to round 3. We are on the play, which is always good news. And this hand's not insane, but it does have an Entomb, which makes me a little inclined to keep it. And we can also Cabal Therapy, sacking children for the flashback. So yeah, I'll go ahead and try it. Alright, so our opponent's on a mulligan to 6. And yeah, we don't know what he's playing. Entombing turn 1, it's good if he, has a Spell Pierce, but it's bad if he has something like a Deathrite. So I think I'm not going to play it just yet. I'll just say go. Okay, and he does appear to be on some sort of control deck. Or at least I would suspect that is what Tundra Pass indicates. So yeah, we'll try Cabal Therapy. If it resolves, I'm probably just going to call Force of Will. Then check out his hand, play Children, and then use it again. Alright. So he appears to be on Countertop, which is by far one of our worst matchups, unfortunately. And now he has to Spell Pierce. And he doesn't have to. It's a free country. But yeah, he's going to. And so that just leaves him with just Detention Sphere and a couple of tops, which is nothing for us to be worried about. But we have to kill him quick because those tops are going to find counter spells and counterbalances and rest in pieces. Oh, he actually drew into the counterbalance for his turn. That's actually really good. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get lucky here. Hopefully he does not flip over a 1-drop. Okay, it's a Stoneforge Mystic. So yeah, I'll just set it up so... Yeah, I draw into Goryo's Vengeance. And I will play Entomb since we know it will resolve. I'll play my land and pass turn. So yeah, with top plus counterbalance, we know he'll always be able to counter our 1-drops, potentially our 0-drops as well. So yeah, I am just going to Brainstorm, try to bait him into countering the Brainstorm and then resolving our Goryo's Vengeance. Yeah, he's going to spin top. This is a very hard lock to break here, but it is theoretically possible. So he's going to let our Brainstorm resolve. I'll put back Chrome Mox, and Entomb. Thoughtseize him. Yeah, I'll just take the Stoneforge. I don't want him to be able to, like, Brainstorm, put Stoneforge back on top and counter our Goryo's Vengeance. That's what we're worried about here. We're worried about our Goryo's Vengeance getting countered. And he has no 1-drops on top, which makes me think he could have a 2-drop. Yeah, I'm just going to say go. So he's topping in his upkeep. Just go ahead and get Swamp. And I think I'm just gonna have to go for it and hope I get lucky here. Problem is, the more time we wait, the more time it gives him to set up his tricks. Okay, and I guess he just had a Stoneforge on top and he knew it. I guess his 2 cards are the Detention Sphere, and something else could be the Stoneforge. Because the problem is he could keep topping such that the second 2-drop is always in his deck. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. If he ever plays the second Stoneforge, though, then we can try to win. And surely enough, we drew into a fetch that we can't use because every single land in our deck is in play. Thopter Foundry, okay. So I guess he has Stoneforge to search for Sword of the Meek as a win condition. Thopter Foundry plus Sword of the Meek makes pseudo-infinite tokens. that's kind of a cool interaction. He draws a card and the top doesn't go on top. I'll just pass. At this rate, it's almost certain we're going to lose. He probably has, you know, Force of Will and, you know, always has a 2-drop on top. I guess I'll go for it. I'll just cast this end step. If it does resolve, it won't get exiled until actually the next turn. Alright, but I guess it's getting countered. We just lose, he's gonna make like infinite tokens. Alright, so this is a very hard matchup for us, but we'll try it. Abrupt Decay is the main card we need. We need that to kill Counterbalance. I also like Pithing Needles. They can name Caracas or Sensei's Divining Top. And 1 Chain of Vapor, just to hit things like Rest in Peace or Meddling Mage or Ether Sworn Canonist, things like that. You can do one of these, one of these, one of these, and I don't know, I guess I don't really need the silence that much. I don't know, we'll try. This is a very difficult matchup, but we'll try to get there. Would I like to mulligan? No. This hand isn't insane. It does have a Reanimate and a Chain of Vapor. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and Pithing Needle for top now. If he wants to counter it, he has to Force of Will it. Oh, and I guess he accidentally F6'd, so he's just gonna discard and say go. That's always good news. He's playing Underground Sea, so he's got some sort of black splash, and yeah, rats indeed. Yeah, I'll just pass. Not really a lot I can do for now. Unfortunately, we don't like have any cantrip spells or anything. All right, well now we can go Entomb Reanimate. Problem is if we get counterspelled. So I think I'll just pass. I don't want to like play into a Spell Pierce here. Meddling Mage, okay. That's fine. Chosen card is Cabal Therapy. That's interesting because that tells me he probably has Force of Will. And that's why he's naming Cabal Therapy, because he doesn't want us to discard his force. Yeah, I guess I'll just Entomb anyway. Alright. Then yeah, we did board out one of our Griselbrands, so there's none left. There's one in the grave, one in our hand. So I guess I'll reanimate this turn and force the force. Okay, yeah. For a second I thought he's going to surgical extraction us, but it does look like he has Force of Will. In that case, I think I'll just, well, no. Whoops. I was gonna fetch Tundra and cast. Well, yeah, I guess we can still do that. The problem is if he kills our children, we can't Shallow Grave Griselbrand into play. But that's not something I expect him to do. So I'll just cast Children, and he's gonna upkeep and Lighten Tutor for likely a Rest in Peace, okay, or Tormod's Crypt. Now the nice thing is that Shallow Grave is at instant speed, so if he like tries to like Tormod's Crypt his end step or something, we can just cast it in response. Alright, so I'll be attacking for 1. Lands would actually be good here too. Yeah, like that's a pretty good one actually. He's gonna disenchant our Pithing Needle. He's used 1 force, he's tapped out. And I imagine next turn he will be casting the top. I'm just thinking whether I want to like Chain of Vapor and then Goryo's Vengeance at like during my turn. Yeah, I think I will do that. Because he would, in order to counter us here, he'd have to have a force plus another blue card in his hand out of 3 cards, and we think one of them's top. So it doesn't seem particularly likely. Alright, and he's just going to let Chain of Vapor resolve. And yeah, I'll just go ahead and Goryo's Vengeance my guy. Okay, well I guess he does have the other force. That's kind of unfortunate, I guess. So yeah, I'll just cast this for blue, leaving up Abrupt Decay mana. So it's a forceful with no blue card. So he's got the good old triple force. And I guess if we had paid the 2 life, we could have just gone off this turn. That might be my mistake. Yeah, I guess I should have just paid the 2 life. Well, it sucks, but here I'm just going to hope he didn't draw the blue card. I don't really see any other options, any other good options. Green, black. Alright, and he didn't have it, so yay for us. Alright, so let's see what we can find. And yeah, no way to put an Emrakul into play, looks like, so I'll just move to combat. Might as well get in with the children too. And then I'll draw some more cards and play these Lotus Petals. And probe for 2 life. And we'll gain all the life. Yeah, so here's where it starts to snowball here. I'm just going to do this to just get it out of the way. Just going to cast all the Dark Rituals. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and probe him again. So yeah, then we get to Thoughtseize ourselves. And then trigger on the stack, I'll just sack all the Lotus Petals. Brainstorm. And this would be the long method for the infinite, because we're just going to hard cast Emrakul, take an extra turn, and attack for lethal. And you just have to discard a bunch of cards. The Magic Online doesn't have a way to like discard them quickly. I just have to sit here and do a bunch of clicking. Alright, so we managed to get it. So yeah, we'll try a third game. So yeah, I mean, I'll try. This is a turn 1 win hand if we draw into an Entomb or Griselbrand, but surely enough we did not get any of those. So I'll just play an Underground Sea and pass. And there's the counterbalance, unfortunately. I'm just going to go ahead and cast Brainstorm while I know it will resolve for sure. And just thinking what to put back. Yeah, I mean, I guess Lotus Petal isn't very good because you can just flip over a land and counter it. And something else that I'll just draw into for my turn, it doesn't matter what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to Cabal Therapy him. We're going to name Force if it resolves. And if it resolves, it also means we get to resolve our Dark Ritual, our Cabal Therapy, and our Reanimate. And it's a Tundra, so... So we'll call Force of Will. Counterbalance does get to counter a 0-drop, which is somewhat relevant. So it means we won't be able to actually combo off this turn because we need the Lotus Petals and the Chrome Moxes to do that. And his hand is... Counterbalance, Jace, Disenchant, and Enlightened Tutor. See, I think I'm just going to be on the just reanimate our guy plan. Like as in reanimate with actual reanimate. So yeah, the only problem with this plan is that Jace could become an actual concern. Him just going Jace, bounce through Griselbrand. So I don't know. We have like, because the thing is, we could Gora's Vengeance our guy, draw some cards, attack him, and then flash back our Cabal Therapy, naming whatever we want to name. Probably just name like Enlightened Tutor. But I think just reanimating our guy is a stronger plan. We do get very punished if he has Karakas, though. Or if he... Well, there's no way he can draw into it. We know his next card's Tundra. So I'm just going to draw 7 now, because we still have 1 black floating. So if we draw into a Thoughtseize or another Cabal Therapy, we want to go ahead and cast it this turn. Instead, looks like we have none of those. just go to our discard step. I'll get rid of an Entomb and a Chrome Mox, seeing as it's likely to get countered anyways. So I'm just sort of going to test the waters here. I'm going to cast this Lotus Petal. Okay, and his next card is a Polluted Delta. So yeah, we'll yeah, I'm just going to Cabal Therapy him. And he'll likely Enlighten Tutor for like a Sensei's Divining Top or something. So yeah, I'll just name Jace the Mind Sculptor. Leave him with Counterbalance, Enlighten Tutor, and Disenchant. And I'll just go ahead and Ponder as well. So I haven't planned my land. Say go. I only do have 54 seconds, so I do have to play at a reasonable pace here. Yeah, we'll just Entomb for Emrakul, and then Goryo's Vengeance and back, and attack for game. Alright, so we managed to beat one of our hardest matchups, which is good news.